Welcome to Harmony Baptist Children's Corner. My name is Dave. This is COVID Home Edition 65. 65, that's a lot. Alright, for July 11th. Alright, this week I got, let's pretend, let's pretend, okay? I want you to do that with me. Let's imagine that your dad or your mom, let's play your mom, okay? Let's say your mom, or it could be your dad, whatever, comes to you on Monday and says, I want you, if you want, I want you to put aside this weekend and have no plans, like no nothing with you. Just, I want you to do something with me, and it'll be good, okay? And you go, what? And you go, well, it'll be good. I just want you, if you want, you don't have to. If you want, I want you to do it. Just put aside the whole weekend for me. And you're like, okay, you know. So, and you kind of ask like, what is it? And it's good, you know. And that's all they'll say. That's all your mom says. It's good. So you go to school on Tuesday, and you tell a couple of kids. You don't tell everybody because it's kind of weird, but you tell like your best friend. You say, you know, my mom promised, you know, take me somewhere this week, but won't tell me anything about it, you know. And your friends, they go, well, oh, I heard about this place called Great Wolf Lodge. Maybe you're going there. There's a new one, you know. Maybe you're going to that one. And somebody else says, yeah, maybe you're going to, you know, everything just opened up from COVID. Maybe you're going to, and they start throwing ideas at you, and you're thinking, yeah. Maybe, you know, we're going to go, like, spend a night in a hotel and then do something that's cool. So you start thinking, okay, this will be good, this will be good. And then somebody else says, nah, she probably just wants you to work in the garden with her or shampoo the carpet, and then she'll take you out for ice cream. That'll be good, taking you out for ice cream. So you're like, you know, and then, so you go home Tuesday and you're thinking about it, and you think, I'm going to look. So you start looking around, you know, maybe there's like a pamphlet or a brochure from like a Great Wolf Lodge. And you start looking around for all these, and you find an old one somewhere, but you think, nah, I don't think that's it. And then you see some more something, and you think, that's probably just the mail. And you're just wondering, and you ask, you know, Mom, what is it we're doing? It's a good thing, and that's all you're getting. That's all you're getting. And you know, so you go back to school on Wednesday and you tell, you know, I couldn't find it. I looked around, and they're like, yeah, you know, like a couple of your friends, they're like, yeah, it sounds like neat. I probably wouldn't mind doing it myself. You know, it sounds like a good thing. And some of them are going, yeah, no, don't believe it. Are you kidding me? So, come Thursday, you know, and I want to know, what do you think? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think that would you go? Would you definitely say, yeah, I'm in, this is my mom, like, for sure, you know, not a problem? Or would you think, like, maybe some of your friends are thinking, like, well, maybe, you know, like, yeah, okay, maybe she's going to take me for ice cream after making me shampoo the carpet or wash the dog or something. I don't know. Like, what would you do? I suspect that most of you would go, yeah, I trust my mom. I'm all over it. Count me in, Mom, what are we doing? You know? And even if she says it's a good thing. And you're, okay. And I think that's commendable. I think that's really good. I hope that's the way you're thinking. Because there's a story in the Bible where Jesus, he's talking about children. And he's talking about people who believe. And he says, you have to believe like children. Now, he's not saying you have to be childlike. That's not what he's saying. But he's saying, but with your faith in God has to be like children. Now, what's he mean when he says that? Like, he's not saying immature. He's not saying childish. I'll tell you what he's meaning. He's saying, because children, this is what children are. Okay, think about it. Children are innocent, right? Children, you can't blame children. They're the children. They're just kids. Can't blame them. You know, they're innocent. Children are innocent. Now, they learn to be, you know, ooh, I'm sneaky, you know. They learn that kind of stuff, mischievousness. But basically, when you know, children are innocent, all right? Children revel in God's creation. They just marvel in it. And that's true. You watch my 8-month-old, I got an 8-month-old grandson, and he's just discovering that this hand that holds things and that he puts his mouth on, that hand can actually bring food to his mouth. So he's doing this. Because he's not sure where his mouth is. He hasn't got that cord, but he's marveling in that he can do it. He's starting to stand up. He's crawling. He thinks these are amazing things. He loves the world. He's marveling in God's creation. And as we get older, even as adults, you know, we go and we look at the lights, the northern lights, you know, like we marvel in God's creation. But children especially, children just like wide-eyed, looking at all the neat stuff. The first time you take them to Niagara Falls, wow, you know, children are trusting. I think so. You tell children that's going to, you know, and I think they believe you. I mean, sometimes they learn that you don't always tell the truth, but basically they trust you, or you trust your mom and your dad. Children rely on others to sustain them. Now, what that means is you couldn't just throw a 5-year-old out on the street and expect him to survive. I mean, he would have to find like an orphanage or a children's aid or something. They rely on others to sustain them, and I think that's true about children. They're honest and they're bold. Children are honest. They're brutally honest sometimes. Get them on a bus. They'll turn around and sit with their elbows on the bus and just stare at the people behind them. And then sit back and go, that person's nose is funny. Oh yeah, they're brutally honest and bold. They'll just say, or they'll tell them, hey, your nose is funny. What happened? Like children are bold. That's it. They're eager to learn. They ask questions. What happened to your nose? Or somebody who's disabled. Or in a wheelchair or something. Children just walk right up and say, what happened to you? And that's great. Because that person is willing to talk honestly about that. And they're naturally full of faith. They believe. Children believe what's told them. Now, Jesus said you have to have faith like children. So here, let me get that piece of that. Is your belief in God innocent? Do you believe that, or are you cynical? I don't know if there's a God. Or you believe it, Do you marvel in God's creations? Do you believe that this is all, He made this, and it's an amazing world. The way it's just amazing. Are you trusting in God? Do you go to God? Do you let God say, hey God, I want you to run my life. I trust you are leading me this way. I'm going, Do you rely on God to sustain you? Do you rely, or do you feel like I do everything myself? Or do you say, I want to work with you, God, lead me where you want me to. And I know you'll sustain me. Or you'll take care of me. Do you know that God is, are you honest and bold with God? You honest, that's huge. Huge being honest. And bold, don't be afraid to talk to God. Don't be afraid to say to Him what you think, what you feel. He knows anyways, but He wants to hear you say it. He wants to hear you be honest with Him. Do you ask questions? I hope you do. I hope you're eager to learn. There's the place to learn it from. And are you naturally full of faith? I think we are. I think some of us spend a lot of time trying to deny it. I'm trying to kid them, say to themselves, that's not true. I always think, well, you're just trying to convince yourself. You're not trying to convince me, because I have my faith. I have faith in my faith. My faith is firm, But I think some people, they question everything. They need proof. I got to prove it. I got to show me the proof. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of this, is you can't prove it. It's all about belief and faith. If you could prove it, then what would be the point? Everybody would go, hey, 2 plus 3 is 5. Look, 2 plus 3 is 5. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 plus 3 is 5. That's proof. You can't do that with God. Other than what you know. Like, I know God exists. Because I know inside. Because I know the way my life has happened. But prove it to you. I can tell you my stories. I can tell you everything that's happened to me. I can tell you things around the world. But actual proof, 2 plus 3 is 5. It can't be done, and that's how God wants it. He wants your faith to be faith. He wants you to believe your belief. Some people say it, they don't act it. They talk, I have faith, but faith alone is nothing. If you don't show it, if you don't believe your faith, if you don't act your life of your faith, then you're really not having that faith. So it's not even faith. How about you? Got faith? Do you believe? Would you go with your mom on that weekend? I certainly would. I'd say, yeah, I don't know what we're doing, Mom, and I looked everywhere. I looked for proof, couldn't find nothing, but you'd go. Well, think how much more God has in line for you. All right, that's all I got. See you next week. Ciao.